few minutes later the man came out of the room. Ping also needs to wait in bed for a while, which is said to make it easier to get pregnant. To earn money for the trip to Japan, 19-year-old Ping promoted to mother. $4,000 for the birth of a son, $2,500 for a daughter. On top of that, Ping had to work 2 jobs, carrying things and washing dishes and buying food at a roadside restaurant in the morning. In the morning, she works at a roadside restaurant carrying food, washing dishes, buying food, and enduring the boss's endless ribbing and blackface. In the afternoon, she has to work in a pig farm, sweating in the stench. In the evening, Ping had a fever but couldn't drink the medicine because she was pregnant, so she had to put up with it. On the morning of the first day, Ping cut the end of her dress to become a maternity dress. She was still busy with work as her due date approached. She had to put up with occasional analgesia. She had to wait until after work to have her baby. Auntie came to pick up Ping with her maternity bag. She was not only Ping's sole guardian, she is also the one who leads Ping to the path of giving birth and making money. Auntie specializes in arranging for desperate women who are short of money to work with, foreign workers to resell their babies to couples who are unable to have children for a profit. Ping followed her aunt up several flights of stairs to a dark, dirty room with no bed. This is her delivery room. Ping passed out from the pain of her first birth. When she woke up, her aunt had already left. The doctor told her that your baby didn't survive. Your aunt asked me to give you $500 in sympathy. Ping dragged her painful body back to the rented house with heavy steps and first hid the $500 as a treasure into the box she had saved, then curled up in bed and cried. I don't know if it's a tribute to the poor child or a few $1,000s that flew away. After crying, Ping found May, her roommate and best friend. May had saved enough money to go to Japan. They had agreed to leave together when Ping's delivery was over, but now Ping is still more than $2,000 short. She didn't know what to do. May took her to Biaogu, who was in charge of the trip to Japan, and asked them to be more accommodating. Let them go to Japan to make money first and then pay back the money. David, who was always only interested in money, refused them directly. Ping and May went back to borrow money from loan sharks, but they didn't have anything worthy of collateral. The loan sharks also refused to lend, but the loan shark owner was willing to make an accommodation and let Ping wait upstairs. Ping immediately understood the subtext of the other party. She sat down on the mattress. After a few struggles, she kept the bottom line of dignity and chose to give up. She went back to David and knelt down and begged him to help her. But the people at the bottom of the struggle for survival, who has the time to sympathize with others? How can they have so much kindness? Not only did David not help, but he was annoyed with her and drove her away. Ping can only earn money by herself. When she bought food for the restaurant, she would make a price difference. When she worked in the pig farm, she would sell some things from it. She was like an ant moving to save money little by little. But one day she came back to her rented house and found the box where she hid the money had been emptied. The passport was gone too. Ping didn't need to call the police or investigate to know that it must be her aunt's work. Auntie didn't want her to go to Japan. She didn't want to let her go as a money spinner. Ping's dream of Japan was shattered, and she didn't go to her dream alone. In the cross-border phone call, May was delighted to talk about what she saw in Japan. Ping, who was always expressionless, smiled with longing. She was even more determined to go to Japan. Ping used every possible means to earn money. The most outrageous time, the boss lady gave her $90 to buy meat. She only bought a little bit of meat back. The boss's wife was so angry that she cursed. She fired her immediately and refused to pay her salary. Ping went to the pig farm to sell her stuff and was caught by the boss. Within one day, Ping lost all her opportunities to make money. She was forced to try again with her aunt, who had just given birth less than a month before. Auntie is very enthusiastic about making money. She immediately sent her a sun delivery and herbs to help her get pregnant. Just like the animals in the breeding farm, Ping was directed by her aunt. She repeated the procedure of her last pregnancy and walked into the room with another man. As usual, the man brought her a cup of medicine at the end of the session. He left without saying a word. Ping also ignored the man, treating him as a tool to help her make money. But this tool seems to be different from the previous one. Strange man and the woman just finished a deal. This time he not only served her medicine but also sat with Ping and waited. On the third day he gave Ping a pillow to make her lie down more comfortably. He also asked her how her body was doing. Growing up in a cold, selfish and dark environment, Ping felt a warmth she had never experienced before. She felt she was cared for and even loved. Ping and the man became friends. The man's name is Kon, and he is from Myanmar. Because he was smuggled into Malaysia, there were few jobs available to him. Kong was forced to take up this job. After a while, Ping and Kong became closer and closer. She followed Kong home and realized that he had a family. Ping sat in Kong's wife's seat as if to provoke him, but the position can grab identity but not grab. Looking at Kong's family of 3 lovingly in love, Ping could only bury his head in his food. Later, Ping asked Kong after work, "Do you want people to think I'm your wife?" Kong answered directly that I already have a wife. Ping's smile gradually faded away. Ping and Kong have been working together for more than a month without any good news. Auntie gave Ping a lot of men one after another. Finally, Ping got the 2 bars she had been longing for. Auntie immediately took her to see the buyers like selling pigs and let them pick and choose. Ping looks good and healthy. The buyer agreed to take the baby she was carrying right away. Now they were just waiting for Ping to give birth and pay for the delivery. But Ping was not as happy as she expected. According to the date, the child in her womb is most likely to be Kong's. It would be nice if she and Kong could make it work. Ping went to see Kong. Kong seemed very indifferent. He said he would move his family to Australia when he got the visa. Kong never wanted Ping to be a part of his future. He strides forward. Ping lagged behind and then picked up a stone and heaved a long path on the car next to him. Kong heard the sound and came back to tell her a secret as if to make up for it. "Your aunt is not a good person. Your baby did not die. Instead, she gave it to another nanny to feed." Kong knew the secret because the nanny was Burmese like her. Ping is furious and goes to the aunt to seek justice. Auntie locked the door and never opened it. Ping searched for her all night long. The next morning, she was drenched in sweat and stopped her in front of her house. Auntie didn't admit to taking the baby and ignored Ping, treating her like she was nothing. Even when Ping was so angry that she threw a stool at her, she only lightly glanced at. After the anger, Ping squatted on the ground and cried with a headache. Tears took away her weakness. Ping went to her nanny's house and tried to get the baby back, but was driven by some men and thrown out. Ping went to her aunt's house and sneaked in to get her passport and money when she wasn't there. When Auntie found out that her things were missing, she didn't get angry but calmly negotiated with Ping. "I know you want to go to Japan and need money. You tell me who told you about this and I will give you the money for the child." Ping did not give the aunt an answer at that moment but went to Kong. Kong already had a new partner. As with Ping, he was patient and reassuring. Ping found out that he was no different from others to Kong. Ping asked Kong out to play. On the boat, Ping said she needed to go to the bathroom. As soon as she walked into the bathroom, several men surrounded Kong and started to fight. Ping came out and watched the scene from the corner. Her expression was guilty and gradually numb. People die for money. Birds die for food. There is no such thing as kindness at the bottom of society. After getting off the boat, the boss who beat up Kong stopped Ping again. She asked her to take her to find Kong's friend. Ping could almost predict what would happen later, but she took the boss there anyway. The boss threatened Kong's friend. Kong was arrested for being an illegal immigrant. "You give me 25,000 and we'll settle it." The friend refused to pay, and the boss found something to say that you do not have a business license to fine and suspend the business. Ping did not continue to see the follow-up development. "I don't know what will happen to Kong's friend." She finished the task to go to the aunt to get back the thousands of dollars that should belong to her. At night she was physically and mentally exhausted. Kong's friend came over to stop her. The friend speaks Burmese. Ping couldn't understand but didn't need to understand. Just look at her friend's angry expression to know what happened. Ping didn't dare to look up at him and just struggled to walk forward. The road ahead was dark and confusing for Ping. She called May in Japan. She was told that May had been missing for days. No one knew where she had gone. Ping didn't know if Japan was as good as she thought it was, but she was still determined to go, only for the possibility of a better life. The girl bought the pills and took the baby from her belly. She went back to the rented house to pack her bags and get the money. With the door of the rented house locked, Ping blocked out her tired and bad past and ran to the future she had always wanted. She gave David the visa documents and money. David informed her that she could leave at 5 p.m. The dust settles. Ping looked out at the sea, dim and confused. Her expression was heavy, not a bit happy about the wonderful trip to Japan. Instead, she had endless apprehension. On the way out, a few foreigners sang songs. Ping could not understand the lyrics and experienced the loneliness of a foreign country in advance. The hope and beauty in the tune was like a mute in her world. Only then did Ping suddenly realize, when she lost the bottom line of being a human being, she had already lost the hope and beauty. What is the life of people at the bottom of society like? Either they can't even find a job, the sky is their blanket and the earth is their bed, picking up things that others throw away and eating them, or they work hard every day to get a bite to eat, but the money they earn is not even enough to feed themselves. For them, just surviving is all they have left. Dignity is a luxury. They also have good expectations, just like Ping and May had to go to Japan. They don't know what Japan is like and they are not sure it is good. That good hope is like a castle in the sky, but everyone will do whatever it takes to climb to the top. They sell their labor, their bodies, even their dignity and personality. The end result is that they are still struggling at the bottom.